Hi there. Today we will reveal to you hidden working tax credit allowances UK taxpayers are missing in 2026.
Hello there! We're about to talk through one of the biggest shakeups to the UK's benefit system we've seen in years. And this guidance comes straight from the experts at My Tax Accountant. Now, if you're someone who's been getting tax credits, you really need to listen up because the changes happening in 2026 are going to affect you directly. So let me ask you something straight off the bat. Were you banking on getting a working tax credit payment in 2026? If the answer is yes or even a maybe, then what I'm about to say is absolutely essential. You see, the whole landscape of UK benefits has changed, and not knowing about these shifts could seriously impact your finances. Okay, let's not beat around the bush. The simple, unavoidable truth is this: the tax credit system is over. It's gone. As of April 5th, 2025, it hasn't been tweaked or updated. It's been shut down. This isn't a slow phase out anymore. It is a hard stop. Right, so how are we going to tackle all this? Well, here's our plan. We'll quickly confirm the end of tax credits, then introduce you to its replacement, universal credit. After that, and this is the big one, we'll explain how you can protect your income. We'll also look at some key changes for April 2026, give you a clear action plan, and point you towards some expert help. Okay, let's get into it. Part 1, the end of tax credits, and it really is a hard stop. We're not talking about some small administrative tweak here. This is the end of an entire era of benefits that millions of people have relied on for decades. It's a massive shift. The clock is ticking, and these dates are non-negotiable. The tax credit system itself officially packed up in April 2025, but the final deadline for all the old-style benefits, things like income support and housing benefit, is March 31st, 2026. This means during 2026, if you're still on any of these old benefits, you must move over to universal credit. And the key thing to remember is doing nothing, that's just not an option anymore. So, with the old system out, what's in? Time to meet the new reality for anyone needing financial support in the UK. Let's talk about universal credit. So, what actually is universal credit? Or UC, as you'll hear it called? Well, think of it like this. It's a single monthly payment for people who are on a low income or aren't working. The whole idea was to make things simpler. The old system was a bit of a tangle, right? 6 different benefits, all overlapping. UC's job is to roll all of that, working tax credit, child tax credit, the lot, into one single payment. Okay, the big question, what's the money like? Let's talk numbers. This is what we're looking at for 2026. This is your standard allowance. It's the basic amount everyone starts with, and it just depends on your age and if you're single or a couple. So a single person who's 25 or over will start with a baseline of £424.90 a month. But remember, this is just the foundation. Other bits for kids or housing costs get added on top. Right, Section 3. And honestly, if you only pay close attention to one part of this, make it this one. It's all about protecting your income. You see, whenever you move from an old system to a new one, there's always a risk you could end up worse off. So the government built in a safeguard. You can think of it as a kind of fiscal bridge to get you safely to the other side. So what is this bridge made of? It's something called the transitional element. Basically, it's an extra top-up payment. Its only job is to make sure that on the day you switch, your total money doesn't drop. It works out what you used to get, what you're going to get now, and it bridges the gap. And you'll really want to hear this part, because understanding this is the key to making sure you don't lose out. Okay, so how do you get it? Now, this next part is absolutely crucial for protecting your income. Let's break it down. The DWP follows 4 simple steps. First, they add up everything you are getting from your old benefits to get a monthly total. Second, they work out what your new universal credit payment will be. Third, on the day you officially move, they put those 2 numbers side by side. And finally, the important bit, if your old benefits were higher, they add the difference on top of your universal credit. That's your protection. Okay, here's a massive tip from the experts at My Tax Accountant. Lean in for this one. That protection amount, it's all based on your situation on one single day, the day before you claim universal credit. It's like they take a snapshot in time. So you want that snapshot to be your absolute best one. If your income has dropped or your childcare costs have shot up, anything that would have made your tax credits go up, you need to tell HMRC about it before you're moved. That locks in a higher old amount, which means you get more protection. This is critical. Let's make this real. Meet Jack. He's a lone parent. The DWP sees that his old tax credits were worth $570.61 a month, but when they calculate his new universal credit, it only comes to $436.93. Now, the system sees that gap of $133.68. So, what happens? Bingo. That $133.68 is added to his universal credit payment as a transitional element, making sure his income doesn't take a hit. See how it works? Right, Section 4. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, the currents change, don't they? There are some really big shifts to universal credit itself coming in April 2026 that you absolutely need to know about. First up, some really welcome news, especially for larger families. From April 2026, that controversial two-child limit is being removed from universal credit. This is a game changer for many. It means if you have 3 or more children, you'll start getting that extra child element for every child, which could boost your monthly support by a pretty significant amount. Okay, stay with me now, because this next point is massive, and honestly, this catches a lot of people out. It's for anyone with a long-term health issue. There's an extra payments for people with limited capability for work. Now, if you're already getting it, you're fine. You'll stay on that protected higher rate of over £429 a month. But look what happens to new claimants from April 2026. That payment is slashed to just over £217. We're talking about a difference of more than £200 a month. It's huge. So, if you have a health condition that affects your ability to work, it is vital you get your claim and your assessment sorted before that April 2026 deadline. Right, enough theory. We've covered the what and the why. Let's talk action. What do you need to do right now to get ready for this? Here is your migration action plan. Here's your checklist. Number 1, watch your post like a hawk for a brown envelope from the DWP. It will contain your migration notice. Whatever you do, do not ignore it. Second, get your house in order. Like we said, tell HMRC about any changes that could increase your tax credits before you claim UC. Third, and this is non-negotiable, you must meet the deadline on that letter. You get a 3-month window. If you miss it, it's not just a slap on the wrist. Your old benefits stop. Dead. And that protection we talked about? Gone. Forever. Finally, a practical one. Get ready for monthly payments. If you're used to weekly tax credits, this is a big change to your budgeting. And I cannot stress this enough. This will not happen by itself. This process is not automatic. Nobody is going to do this for you. The responsibility to go online, make that claim, and wrap up your old benefits now rests entirely with you. The ball is firmly in your court. And that brings us to our final section. Now, I know this can all feel a bit complicated, a bit overwhelming even. There are a lot of moving parts. But the most important message here is this. You do not have to go it alone. Okay, just a quick but important note before we wrap up. Everything we've talked about today is for general guidance, and it's all accurate as of February 2026. But benefit rules can be a real minefield, and they do change, so please, don't make any big financial decisions based solely on this information. So I'll leave you with this to think about. After hearing all of this, are you really ready to navigate this change? And more to the point, do you feel confident that you can take the right steps to protect your income and your family's future? Look, if any part of you is unsure or if your situation has a few tricky bits, please get professional, personalized advice. The expert team at My Tax Accountant live and breathe this stuff, and they're ready to help. You can give them a call on 0208 570 8531 or drop them an email at info@mytaxaccountant.co.uk. And for more updates like this one, make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel. Don't leave this to chance. Take action today. Thanks so much for joining me.